Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Becky, and we're going to dive into rule number 3 of the 4 rules of communication. So, rule number 3 is that we want to attack the problem, not one another. It can be a little easy for us to get into a battle of wills with other people in our life, but we have to remember that it's not you and them against one another, it's you and them against whatever the obstacle is or whatever the situation is. So learning how to be on the same team, what I call battle buddies, right? Battle buddies towards whatever the problem is. So Paul says in Ephesians 4:29, let no unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. Read that again slowly. Notice Paul does not say, let no unwholesome talk come out of your mouth unless you're angry or unless you feel disrespected. There are 2 focuses in the passage. 1, your mouth, and 2, the needs of others. First, your mouth. Jesus explains in Matthew 12:34, out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. If attacking, angry, bitter, vengeful words are spewing out of your mouth, we don't have a communication problem, we have a heart problem. Our words can encourage healing and forgiveness. Remember, speaking truth in love. Or they can attack back by wounding and condemning. Emotions or circumstances in the moment give no free passes for our sinfully angry words. If we think or say we can't control our words, we are in the danger of what the proverb writer warned us about, that being like a city whose walls are broken down. Is it that we can't or that we won't control our words? Sin will take you farther than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, and cost you more than you want to pay. G.K. Chesterton. So second, the needs of others. If our focus is on the needs of others, we will be much less likely to be overwhelmed by our emotions. Remember that our role model is Christ, not the world. The world says you have the right to say whatever you want, whenever you want. But Jesus always spoke words that were for the benefit of others. And he never used words as weapons or to use his power to take revenge over the hearer. The key is again the heart. This is not to say we sugarcoat situations or wink at sin or wrongdoing. Sometimes we have to be confrontive, but as we do, we ask the question, is it for the needs of others or out of our own pride? You can read James 3:1-12. Cursing, blaming, accusing, and emotional outbursts are rarely helpful. They're always hurtful, and they always create a negative slant on communication. More importantly, they never honor God and His Spirit that lives within you. So remember, a gentle word turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Proverbs 15:1. And remember again, who is the real enemy? It's Satan. It isn't your spouse, your coworker, your sibling, or your friend. 1 Peter 5:8-9 reminds us, be self-controlled and alert. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith. What a difference it makes when tempers begin to flare that someone in the conversation is more determined to be self-controlled and Christ-like than to have the last word. I think it's also important for me to kind of put in here that it's important for us to sometimes speak up. There are a lot of times where women and some men are put in positions where they're constantly having to turn the other cheek, and sometimes it's a safety issue, sometimes it's a financial issue, sometimes it's, an employment issue, where we're put into positions where we don't have complete control over the situation, but we do have control over is how we handle the situation. Because what's done to us is a reflection of the other people's actions and mentalities and belief systems, and that how we respond to them is a reflection of our belief systems and our ethics and moral compass. And so sometimes it can be difficult, especially as a Christ follower, to stand as a light of an example in a very dark situation. So if you find yourself in that situation and in need of a little bit of extra support, please reach out. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can follow along when I add new content. And I would love to talk with you more. So please go ahead and schedule a free consultation so we can talk about your current situation and how I can help you. I look forward to talking with you again in the next video. I hope you have a blessed day.